So, hi YouTube. Hello there. This is not good. I cannot make YouTube videos. Chat, this is gonna be a disaster. Hello there. Human, on the other side of this YouTube video, I have no YouTube content. And so I thought what I would do is make a little bit of YouTube content for the people who have so pre-subscribed to my YouTube channel. Anyway, this is just gonna be a getting to know you kind of AMA with my chat, who are gonna ask me some questions that they think a wider audience might like to know about. I have a very major problem staring into a camera, so I will be looking at chat because that's the only way I know how to make content. That's why there haven't been YouTube videos previously. So, anywho, welcome, enjoy the ride, and yeah, you'll get to know a little bit more about me, I guess, by the end of this video. You'll also probably learn that I am particularly useless at filming looseless. Is that a word? My first question for this AMA comes from my lovely mod, Cerodium. How did you start on Twitch? I started on Twitch playing Dota 2 in 2017, I think it was.
I haven't streamed very much, so I have no idea. Yeah, I'm really new. I have no idea what I'm doing.
And then, time went by, few playthroughs, some PUBG, Witcher 3, Life is Strange, a whole lot of games, and then I made the shift to just chatting, because it turns out it's something I'm kind of good at. Not to a camera, like right now, but when I talk to the chat, where it's real time. I'm not very good at this. We'll keep going. Who is the real Pixel and why did you name yourself after her? Well, Tasty Velociraptor, that's a good question. Real Pixel is my dog, who would be in that bed. She's cuddling my dad, so. And then I named my Twitch channel after her, and I like things that rhyme, Pixel Smixel. Right, and that's about it. But I also, when I made my Twitch channel, I didn't realize people were gonna start calling me Pix or Pixel, so that's how that came about. Desolate Mirror asks, which Ireland is your favorite Ireland? I don't know. I only just learnt that there's 2 Irelands on the island of Ireland, so I can't pick one at this point. What got you interested in politics in general, and was there a specific event which made you switch your content into news and politics? Thank you so much for the question, Jim. What ended up happening with my content was we did this thing called Too Real Tuesday, where we would talk psychology, watch TED Talks, and just educational content in general. And it became my favorite day of the week. And my community's favorite day of the week. And then all of a sudden it was Tuesday and Wednesday. And then it was Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday. And then the majority of my content became political just through the kind of edutainment kind of sphere. Then my community and I found out I have a pretty decent newsreader voice, so I do this and I read out the news in my newsreader voice, which people seem to connect with. So that's kind of how that spiraled. Trianera, thank you for the question. What is a liberal in Australia? A liberal in Australia is it's an interesting term because liberals in Australia are actually our centre-right party. Neoliberal, economically conservative, socially more conservative than our centre-left party as well. But yeah, when you hear people talking about liberals in Australia, you mostly hear them, they're talking about our Conservative Party. Chaos Monot, is there a story or background for your loathing of talking about sports? No, not really. I do think I used to pretend to enjoy sports to seem cooler than I was, and then I just gave up on that. Like, I don't know. I don't need to pretend to be interested in things for other people to like me. You know? I do like esports though. Esports are cool. What is Pixel's favorite color? Gray. Everything is gray. Does gray count as a color? I'm sure it does. Everything is gray. And yeah. Gray is cool. And I think gray is an interesting color because of the whole black and white comparison. You know? Topics aren't black and white, they're gray. And I love that. What's your favorite part of the stream? It depends on the stream, please. Thank you for the question. It depends on the stream. Sometimes it'll be just catching up. Other times there'll just be a moment of the stream where chat is really flowing and we've gone into some very funny hypothetical. I really like that. Other times it'll be just randomly singing silly songs. And, you know, other times it'll be winning 3 games of Dota in a row. Because that's pretty satisfying as well. Should esports be at the Olympics? No, but I think there should be more esports. I don't know if esports have to be included in the Olympics, but I do think there should be more esports in general. I think there will be over the next 10 years or so. Are you a vegetarian? Comrade Jog, thank you for the question. I would say I'm probably 95% vegetarian. I eat mostly vegetarian foods. But no, I don't really label my diet. I don't really label any part of my life to the best of my ability. I find labels quite constricting. That being said, I think if you want labels, go to town. But for me, I find them unnecessary in my navigation of the world. Would Pixel from 5 years ago think about where present day Pixel is at and why is she so incredibly proud of you? Yes, I think Pixel from 5 years ago would mostly just be surprised at the direction her life took, because 5 years ago was just slightly before my pain condition got bad, and things have changed pretty significantly since that moment in my life. So I think she would be surprised. I think she'd be really happy that she has found a way to derive meaning on a daily basis, because that is one thing that I get from covering the news and talking about important issues with a community is I am lucky enough to be able to find that meaning pretty easily on a daily basis, which is really cool. Stealth Mouse TV asks, Pixel, do you play any instruments? Not anymore, but I did play the violin for 7 years. But I gave up the violin because it became very obvious to me that I could not play the violin and sing at the same time. And singing was my favorite, so yeah. Lionheart, thank you for the question. Do you like musicals and what is your favorite one? Yes, I love musicals and my favorites at the moment are Waitress. And my all-time favorite is probably Les Mis, so. Jadenka Man, what were you doing before transitioning to Twitch? I was working in marketing and nannying. Were my 2 jobs while I was also on Twitch. And then my chronic pain condition got really bad and I quit my job. And then I streamed on and off while I was kind of dealing with like one of the most intense things I think I will ever go through. So yeah, it kind of, Twitch and full-time Twitch kind of happened by accident. What is your favorite psychology theory authors? It's really funny. I wouldn't say I have a favorite theory. I feel like in psychology, people often look to specific psychologists, Freud, you know, Jung. You can pick them out, right? And you can pick out different psychological schools of thought. But for me, I think a multifaceted approach to psychology is the best, and taking different schools of thought and putting them together in whatever specific circumstance you're trying to deconstruct or analyze or figure out is, I think, really helpful. I think that's more important than having like a favorite ideology. And I'm kind of the same in my politics, to be honest. When I first followed you, you were doing a lot of freestyle raps. Was that just a phase or just depends on the mood? It was a little bit of a phase. I really like doing melodic freestyle improv sometimes. I just haven't done it recently. Yeah, I still like doing that, but that was definitely a content phase, hey. Why haven't you made your bed? I did make my bed! That is a made bed! I make my bed every day. Because Jordan Peterson told me to. I really hate that Jordan Peterson has co-opted making your bed. Seriously. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. If you were a rock, what sort of rock would you be? I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'm pretty sure I would like to be a lapis lazuli or lazuli. I can't remember how you pronounce it, but I have a Stargate necklace it's a lapis lazuli or however you pronounce it, and it's really pretty. So I think I would probably choose that. Yeah. It's pretty. It's like a deep blue color. What is your favorite aquatic animal and why is it a dolphin? It's not a dolphin. It's a turtle. Turtles are my favorite aquatic animal. Thanks for the question, Mickey. Ugh, how much do you think you've spent on Dota 2 virtual content? Too much. Too much. Those f***ing battle passes. Oh man. But I have beautiful skins. Like I have a beautiful Wind Ranger skin and a beautiful Co-op skin. I mean, those women are well dressed. So, that's pretty fun. Who is your favorite mod and why is it a dinosaur? I can't play favorites. I can't play mod favorites. That would be very irresponsible of me. What do you think I'm trying to do here? I want a mutiny. Velasate, I am a Gemini. My star sign, I am a Gemini. And while I do think I embody some Gemini traits, we generally cop a lot of shit for being multifaceted. Some people say two-faced. I'm not two-faced, but I definitely have different sides of me. If you had one return trip for whatever you want in a time machine, where would you go and why? I think I'd have to go to the future. I think I'd go like 200 years from now just to see what happens. Or maybe 500 years. Like imagine if we got into space. Imagine if humanity was spacefaring. Oh, but is that enough years? I would go into the future. I don't know when I would, but I would go into the future. If you could change one thing about your country, what would it be? Thank you, please, for the question. I would change the casual racism that is here in Australia. That is one thing I think that is ingrained in Australian culture that should be discouraged. Like, Australia is an extremely multicultural society with a very strong Indigenous history, and the amount of casual racism that gets thrown around here is unacceptable. And I really wish that it was socially unacceptable to do that. I think that's one of the biggest things that I would change about Australian culture. What's something you think everyone should try at least once? It's an interesting one. Can I give you like a meta answer? I'll give you a meta answer. I think people should just try trying. At least once. You never know where something is going. You never know what you might be good at. No, I'm not even kidding. I think this is a good answer because It's so easy to turn yourself off trying new things because they seem too daunting or out of your comfort zone. Like making a YouTube video. Right? But if you don't try, then you'll never know.
But if you never try, you'll never know.
And it's okay if you suck. People don't get anywhere without sucking first.
Oh my.
Again, not quite a sentence I wanted to say on the internet. Whatever. But yeah, I don't think that you get anywhere without trying. So I think people should just allow themselves to try new things at least once, but probably more than one time. Did you ever think you would be on a platform as Twitch to make an income? I never thought I would make the income that I make today. Which isn't even that much, but it's a livable wage. I don't think I ever thought that would happen. I thought I'd be working and doing Twitch on the side, probably. But I don't think I ever expected this many people to give me $5 a month, you know? That was definitely nothing I ever saw coming. How old are you? I am somewhere between the age of 22 and 45. And I don't go any closer than that because it's a dox. Can you quickly explain why keeping your age secret is good for preventing doxing? I don't think a lot of people know about this. Keeping your age, location, name, relatively difficult to find on the internet is just a good thing to do safety-wise, especially when you're a woman talking about politics on the internet to hundreds of people every day. Do you know what I mean, Jellybean? So, yeah. Audzi, thank you for the question. What does be goodish mean? It comes from a school of thought that trying to be good or overarchingly good actually makes you a worse person because you're so focused on being good that your actions might be about you being perceived as good rather than doing something that is actually good. So I think most human beings should go about their lives in an attempt to be goodish, where you don't think about it too much and you don't worry about how people perceive you, and you're not trying to go out there and look like a good person. You just do goodish stuff. That's where it comes from, and it was a lovely gift from one of my subscribers, which is just really cool. If there was one thing you could change about history, and why is it related to Vegemite? Vegemite is not that bad. I will not have this conversation. Wrong. Which state are you in, and why is it run by a communist authoritarian dictator? Oh man, it's just Murdoch and News Corp. The fucking spin on the Victorian government has been just such a bloody joke. Honestly, as a Victorian, I am really proud of the fact that we locked down for as long as we did to save lives. We had no vaccines back then. You know, thousands of people would have died. We protected the rest of the country from the first wave of COVID. So, I don't know. I am really proud. Look, mentally, it's been really challenging, but, you know, I'm still really proud of it. Will we ever be let out of the volcano? Absolutely not. How long has this cult been growing? Well, I started streaming in 2017. I guess the cult meme came about through several jokes, but mainly it's so it allows me to talk about systemic manipulation and cults of personality, so that people know how to navigate the internet in a way that they are consciously aware of what's going on manipulation-wise. That's why we talk about it as a cult, but it's been growing for a long time, you know? Volcano has to be fed. Very hungry. What's the best vacation type? Relaxation, exploration, action station, or culturalization? It's a mix between relaxation and culturalization. I think. I like to be able to relax, whether it's in a forest, by a beach, wherever. I think the whole point is being able to relax. I'm not a particularly super active person, but it's a balance. Like, you want to be able to do cultural things, eat delicious food. Oh God, I miss traveling. Oh, put me on a plane. Oh, just send me somewhere that isn't these same four walls. Oh man, I miss people. Why is Stargate superior to all other sci-fi shows, and what Stargate series is your favorite? It's superior because it's my favorite, and my favorite one is SG-1. I have a tattoo. I have a tattoo of the point of origin symbol. It's nostalgic for me. It was a show I was allowed to stay up late and watch with my dad. It's also a show that I watched. I would go to work when I was like 18 years old, and I would get paid, and then I would go down to Target and buy a series of Stargate on DVD, and then I would watch that for the next week, and then I would do it all again. And that was about a good 10 weeks of my life when I was 18. And then I've rewatched it a couple of times since, because it's just a comfort show. You know how you have those comfort shows that just feel really good? You know? Yeah. That. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you to the chatters who participated in asking me questions and making me feel less weird about recording this video. If you would like to catch some more of my content, you can do so over at twitch.tv/pixelsmixel. I stream most nights at around 7 p.m. AEST. I don't know why my voice is currently this high-pitched. I think it's because I'm nervous. Yes. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, I'm pretty sure you have to do this thing where you like ring a bell. Could you do that? Anyway, see you next time. If you have any other ideas for videos that I can put on this channel, let me know. This is just so people can find little extra bits of content, which I've put off for a very long time. Okay, bye. Hey, yo! What up, YouTube? It's your girl, boss. Pixel Smixel, boss. But I am, in fact, an Aussie. Mate. Well, I am going to include chat. I'm doing an AMA. I'm itching my nose. Fix that in post. If we can't have itching my nose, that would be a disaster. I thought to extend my reach, I would start posting some content to YouTube. But every time I sat down to film content for YouTube,
I can't wait to watch this later, Larksa chat.
I forgot to turn my alerts off. What? And static content is tricky business. Very tricky business. But yeah, should we try that again?